Am I on? Are we live? Are we live? Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, good. Ah, my God. So, if you have been living in a basement and you don't know who I am, well, my name is Jimmy Sheets, and well, I'm back by popular demand. So, it feels pretty good because ever since I died, it's like nobody reaches out to me anymore, and this is probably because nobody I know has arms. But you know, I mean, like reach out in the sense of like, oh, Jimmy Sheets. How are you doing? You know, how is the tattoo business going? Well, I'll tell you, it's crap. Do you know how hard it is to tattoo a ghost? It's impossible. It's impossible, especially with the no hand situation. But the COAG, which is the Commission of Artsy Ghosts, they've told me just to give up on my dreams altogether and do something a little more ghostly, like becoming a part-time creaky floorboard or a shadow in the corner of somebody's eye, or just to simply fade away into the never-ending cosmos. But I challenge them. Yes, I challenge them. You must always challenge. If I allowed myself to challenge people more often when I was an alive person, I would probably still be an alive person. But I was having a yes night, which is a challenge in its own right, like wrong kind of challenge. But, things, they escalated so quickly. I mean, dancing at the Castro turned into dancing at some guy's warehouse, and that somehow turned into Russian roulette. And well, I was the last man standing, and I slipped on some melted ice, and now I have no arms. I should have said the cold brew was enough. You don't need ice in a cold brew. The whole point of a cold brew is that it is already brewed cold. Okay, I did not speak up for myself, but I've been given a second chance. Beautiful. Because I challenge the COAG because I have art in my blood, or well, in my hollow essence that could technically be considered my body, in which my would-be blood would pump through. Yes, that sentence tracks. And I shall not fade away like an old sock in a moth dungeon, because I have been given a new life by some of the most wonderful, hilarious, overly sexual, strange, awkward ragtag group of alive ghosts or peoples who you would never imagine would be friends if you met them individually. It's bananas. And I think you know these peoples. And if I, may be so bold, I think you call them your friends. Yes, I and Jimmy Sheep.
You don't have to be
Banta,
Ah!
Lizzie
What?
Prindle,
there she
Daniel
is.
Ruiz, Jacob Ellis, Carrie Browde, and musical maestro Max Bennett-Parker. Special guest, it's me!
I always knew you were real.
Yep.
I didn't.
Not just a ghost in the machine.
I knew it. That's why I put cookies out for you every night on my...
I appreciate that, but please no raisins.
Okay, got it. Kept saying, Benji's real.
Yeah.
Benji's real.
Yeah.
Making it all happen underneath the scenes.
That's right. I live on your applause.
I wasn't entirely convinced because I thought it was a little suspect that I saw you at every mall I ever went to. But, maybe you just really like Hot Topic.
Well, it's Spencer's Gifts for me, because I love that combination of plasma globes and sex toys that you just can't get anywhere else.
a bag of dicks at Hot Topic.
No, I mean, Spencer's Gifts really is Hot Topic for funny kids.
Mm-hmm. It's like if you took a Hot Topic and combined it with an Oriental Trading Company magazine, Spencer's Gifts.
Maybe the only remaining acceptable use of the word Oriental is that company's magazine.
I mean, I don't think it's acceptable for them, but it is for us.
It's just a thing. All we did was name that thing that still exists.
We're terrible.
But not as bad as the Oriental Trading Company, apparently.
I mean,
Welcome
where
to
else?
the show, folks. This is it. This is the show.
It's our show.
Us.
We hope you got a few. I don't know how many people are actually watching tonight. We did a big Halloween special a couple weeks ago, which it felt really good. We got good feedback, and if any of you are watching that saw that, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna have another special in December. We'll have more news on that coming up. Probably a little update on by next week. But then we rest.
Because next week we have Friendsgiving.
We do have Friendsgiving.
It's free, but it's
It's free, but it's
Bring the
friends.
tofurkey.
And we missed you though. I missed you all. Also, I missed having an audience, and I missed you guys because we took a little break, and just in time for election season, which has been a stressful time.
Wait,
What are you
election what so?
Ewection.
Yeah.
Ewection.
oh,
Like
What are you
marriage.
talking about?
Yeah,
it's American Idol, right? American
Yeah.
Idol.
I mean, the election has lasted for more than 4 hours, so we all need to see a doctor.
It's you're close, Carrie. You're close. It's more like American Elders competition.
Yes.
Uh,
American Idol, like
Yeah.
IDLE.
Yeah.
Because we're really not moving forward.
we're not back to our full. We're gonna bring you more of the like mix of improv and sketch tonight. We are gonna do some improv, but we're also just gonna talk and you can hang out with each other, spend
So
time
tune
with
out
your friends,
now.
and we're gonna talk about kind of general anxiety or stress, like how do we handle it? What are some of the ways we handle it? If you're in the chat, feel free to suggest some ways that you've handled stress at various times for various reasons, and we'll use some of this stuff for some kind of open-ended scenes occasionally. But there's a lot of reasons that get for Carrie, you seem like you have a thought.
We always use our mental health issues as inspiration for scenes
Yep.
secretly, but now we'll be doing it openly because ending the stigma is important.
I love doing it openly.
We know.
Jacob, what's a thing you've done openly recently?
Well, I keep myself fairly closed off in everything I do, so that's a tough question for me to answer. Though I did walk down to Capitola just the other day, and I was wearing my sister's dress, and I was just giving people free hugs. I had a sign that said "free hugs," and
Nice. In
I
your
was attacked by
opinion,
pigeons. Yeah.
in your opinion, do you prefer a dress to a pant? I've always been curious about this.
Well, yes.
Okay. Why?
Yes.
So why? Because I've heard mixed reviews. So.
A dress is just it's flowy.
Mhm.
You have more
Yeah.
leg room.
Mhm.
You could keep things concealed in it, and there's not a big bulge in the pants.
Mhm.
Also, depending on the material, it can actually be warmer sometimes in the pants.
Oh.
It's true.
Yeah,
like
I could see that.
fishnet stockings, surprisingly warm.
Yeah,
It's true.
but you
I
can't
ha-
catch fish with them. I've tried many. They're just too small.
It's a misnomer.
Question for
Yeah.
all of you, because I'm thinking about it, and for people who usually society would dictate that they wear pants based on their genitals. I feel like actually dresses would be more comfortable for you, whereas for me, not having anything down there to get in the way, I much prefer pants or just stretchy shorts.
Mhm.
I mean,
I
maybe
prefer pants because of because my thighs are thick and they
Chubba.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
I get that.
is unpleasant.
I mean, since the lockdown started, I just haven't been wearing anything from the waist down.
Yes, and HR would really like to
I like
talk
your
to you about
style.
how you're positioning your camera during those Zoom meetings.
Mhm.
Well, I
we would
do.
like it to be more direct.
Mm-hmm.
That's straight
and
from HR.
more, yep,
Yes.
more focused.
HR.
Horny resources.
Yeah.
This is coming from the top down, Benji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to
Coming
work
from
from
the
the
top-
bottom up.
yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah. The top down wants your bottoms up. while you're at work meetings.
Exactly. Yeah.
Please.
Tops down, bottoms up. That's
This
the way we
bring-
like to.
Oh
fill up
wow.
spreadsheets.
Oh, why am I thinking of Mad Men now? I don't know.
Neither do we.
This brings us to a topic of stress. Again, humor is a way to deal with stress in many.
Sexism.
Does anyone here have an example of a time they've utilized this technique to minimize their stress? Lizzie.
So actually, and this is an awesome story that I love to tell. So when I was in preschool, my preschool teacher told my mom that I needed therapy because when we went to the petting zoo that one time, there happened to be, the falconers where they have the birds and then like this.
Kids love them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Every 3-year-old's favorite falcon nurse.
So
Yeah,
I remember
falconers.
my friend, I was holding a duckling and I was like, oh, duckling. And my friend was holding this baby bunny and it was like so cute, And then the guy lost control. I mean, first of all, why do you have a falcon around a bunch of little juicy little nuggets, all around? Anyway, so the falcon comes down, snatches the bunny. And I literally remember looking up and it was just blood and it was all coming down. And then I looked at my friend's face and it's okay. There was a little piece of intestine just came right here. And I was the only kid that laughed. I was like, and my teacher was like, she's a devil child. I mean, but I mean, but what are you going to do? The baby's over. I didn't kill the bunny. It's funny as shit though.
Yeah, I have actually a situation that's kind of similar to that, Lizzie. I was in a class in high school. It's French class. This was back, and we were holding a moment of silence for a very tragic event that happened in American history.
Oh no!
When we were in high school.
Yeah,
I
9/11.
wonder what.
And I just happened, I gazed across the room and I noticed there was this mood of the day poster in the corner on the floor that I've never seen before. And it was the face of I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but he did the Ernest character.
Jim Varney.
Jim Varney doing all the faces for mood of the day. And his face is so expressive and so funny. And I could not stop from just chuckling to myself under my breath as I try to fight back the desire to laugh. And everybody, looked at me and thought that I was a monster.
Terrorist.
I mean,
No.
Jim Varney really had a face for every occasion. So
Yeah.
I think that there was probably hilarious, appropriate face that he had on that poster
Can you do it?
just for the occasion you were doing.
It was when not Jim, David Letterman fixed his teeth, right? That was
A deep national tragedy.
yep, those.
And when he wasn't fat anymore.
Dang. That's how I feel about Melissa McCarthy. I feel so betrayed. I just,
I think
I thought you were going to see you at a similar situation, Daniel, about small animals, which I also, because it was a little reversed. I used to work at summer camp and I was teaching animal care to a bunch of 3-year-olds because it was family. They were tiny. There's, and I had a bunny and I don't know, you can't really see, it's not going to show up on Zoom. I've got a scar. It looks like it used to be keloided. It's gone away because it was years ago, but it's still there. And I was holding a bunny in front of all these tiny 3-year-olds and the bunny bit my arm like this, like that, just pinched. And I went, and I dropped the bunny, but it was holding on to my arm. So and they're really delicate. So I grabbed it by its butt and did this, put it down. And then immediately, because I knew, because it's right there, I held my arm up above my head and staunched this thing. But my arm was just pouring blood down it. And I had all these small children looking at me in horror. And one teenager was 14. I mean, I was teenager. I was 19. She was 14. She was supposed to be helping me. And I was just I'm going to go to the nurse because somebody decided to be Benicula today, which I don't know. Bunnicula. Like we all
know
We all
Bennett.
know.
maybe,
Yeah.
like, you know,
The bunny
There's
that,
one
that
thing that
sucked the
unites us
juice out
as-
of
yeah.
veggies.
If there's one thing that
didn't.
unites us as Americans, it's our knowledge of Bunnicula. Nothing else.
Our love of our Bunnicula.
Yeah, they didn't get the
national hero.
reference. And
Oh my God.
3-year-olds, garbage.
Wait, Daniel, what
yeah,
face
this
are
is,
you?
This is the poster.
That's
okay.
It's obviously cropped because of Zoom. But
Oh.
as you can imagine, when I looked around the room and then I saw all these faces by
Allow
Jim
me-
Varney.
Allow me to hold on. As per science fiction movies, enhance.
Oh.
Yes, thank you.
There you go.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
realizing that we should make a "What expression are you today?" poster.
Chat, why don't you let us know which expressions you want us to base this upcoming scene on.
What expression are you today?
What expression are you today?
Riddle
Is-
is sharing a story.
Screaming
Rescued a mouse from my room, took it outside and released it.
Oh
The
no.
silly mouse ran straight back towards the house, and the outside cat promptly caught and ate it.
Yes, I was there for that, actually.
How?
Ah.
Oh, was Riddle an adult when this happened? I mean, not that it matters. It's
Yes.
probably better when you're a kid because you're like, oh, life, and when you're an adult, you're like, oh, life.
Let's take that story, see something inspired by that story, with the expression disappointed. You can see on the lower one his expression for disappointed. We're gonna do an improv scene based on that. And man, I'm just disappointed is all I can say.
You know,
The falcon usually just stays right there on my arm.
I hear you, Trevor. I really do, but I paid you to have a falcon at my daughter's 6th birthday, and I just see a glove.
What? The moment I got to the house, I was gonna politely ring the doorbell, and I think the falcon may have been a bit confused because, while I was expecting maybe a doorbell noise of some sort, it seemed like a series of little rats and squirrels poured out of a slot just above the doorbell and ran out, and so my falcon lifted off in pursuit.
Well, yes, I mean, my husband is Jim Varney, Squirrel King of Thurgood Drive. You've seen the billboards around town.
I thought maybe that was going to be a professional thing, so I didn't anticipate. I should have kept the blinder on longer, I guess. But now Cornelius, the falcon's name, is out hunting these little squirrels and mice.
Excuse me, I was just at the birthday party next door, but you need a falcon?
I do. I have lost mine.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm a light man. Can I can
We
get
all
up
have
on your-
falcons.
I can get up on your arm.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
If yeah.
Did you say light, man?
Light. You did.
Lightweight.
Light.
I see.
He is. He's actually...
No,
I do tricks.
loving what's happening here, because I don't want to disappoint Linda. She is 6 after all. It's a very formative age, but
I want to complete the job.
I'm a little concerned. Have you been vetted, Mr.?
I don't know what that word means, but yeah.
Do you have shots?
Oh, yes, I've been shot.
So can we come in your house and play with your 6-year-old?
You know, she is. I want to say yes because I'm that kind of mother.
Great. Here we go.
Perfect.
This is going to be
I'm-
great.
Awesome,
I'm going to let you into the
Wow.
foyer. Here we are.
Wow.
Yes,
Look at
I'm
that
just gonna call Linda down because you know she is 6, so she did plan this birthday herself. She just used my credit card. Linda, honey.
What?
Can you come downstairs, please? I know I know you were going to have some private time with the falconer before all your little guests arrived, and we've had a bit of a change of plans. So, if you could just come down.
How's your arm? Is it okay? Is your arm good?
It's actually
You don't have to put your dress on.
wearing on me.
Pretty tired? Yeah. I'm pretty ready.
There she is, my little angel.
Hey, look at you. You're...
Star of the party, right?
Yeah.
Linda.
Can you believe I pushed that head out of this body?
Amazing.
I didn't. She's adopted.
Oh. Well, hey, little adopted girl, you want to pet me?
No.
Oh, no?
No.
Okay.
What are you supposed?
Well,
what are you supposed to be? Are you
weird.
Iron Man?
Are
I'm a
you... No.
I'm a falconer. This is my falcon.
Yes.
Oh.
Linda, darling, don't you remember how you told Mommy that you would really, really like a Birdman for your birthday?
Is that
Yeah.
literally the phrasing that you used?
Yeah, a Birdman. Birdman, like the guy from that late night cartoon. Birdman.
Yes,
like
a Birdman, a man with a bird.
Hey, Linda, where's the setup? Oh, okay. I see what kind of party this is. Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
What?
Hey.
Snuffle.
What, you want to start something, Falcon Boy?
Oh, do I want to start something?
Back. No.
Yeah,
Hold on, I'm gonna put the blinders.
Right.
You son of a
Come
bitch!
on, I'll give you the plane, you son of a bitch.
Okay, I'm gonna dart him. Okay. All right.
My
That's
goodness, does that
a
dart
lot
work
of
on
activity for a
humans?
falcon for today. Let's just.
I'm out of here, Linda. This is not the type of party I was expecting from you.
Oh, Snuffles, be sure to take a treat bag on your way out.
Okay.
Mom, I want more falcons and Snuffles to fight.
Okay, well, honey,
I want them to fight to the death.
look, Trevor, do you have some sort of whistle or something that can get Cornelius back here? Don't you falconers have some sort of connection with your... Are they pets?
Well, let me try something. And send. Let's have to
Next to
see
the
if it-
falcon.
if it gets.
Holy shit, I gotta put that on TikTok.
Linda, language.
Where are you at, bro? Whoop. It's gonna
Now,
be.
Linda, that's what we call incorrect grammatical usage.
He says
Oh.
digesting squirrels. That's
Does he have an Instagram?
back.
Oh, that's a great
Hit me up
question.
back
Trevor,
at the party.
does Cornelius
bro.
have an Instagram?
He does have a minor Instagram with a few followers. It's mostly like kitsch and style, kind of fashion-based stuff.
Oh,
Follow him.
is it called Kitsch Monster?
It's called the Kitsch Monster. Yeah.
That's a fantastic Instagram. I haven't seen a lot of falconry on there, but it's a wonderful thing to follow.
Yeah, you can find him at Kitsch Monster on Instagram.
I hear that he's having some sort of big event on Friday the 13th.
That's right. Cornelius My Falcon, who runs Kitsch Monster, is having some kind of thing on his Instagram. Do you want to,
That's amazing.
Linda?
It'll be lit.
You want to just follow Cornelius on Instagram?
On
Yeah.
Instagram, honey, we're not following him out of the house. Oh, you know what?
What?
It smells like the cake might be burning.
Oh,
I didn't bake it myself, but I left it on the radiator. I'll be right back.
Thought Dad was having one of his special treats in his office.
Tell me about
Funny.
Jim Varney's special treats.
Well, he just goes into the office when he's stressed, or Mom's being a word I'm not supposed to say, and he just goes in there and he stays in there forever, and then he comes out and he smells funny, and then he's just happier. And I don't know. Do you have any of those treats?
I sure can
My
get
dad
some.
has?
Probably.
Really?
I mean, what? You know what varietal you're looking for?
like you mean like cupcakes or cookies?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with this basic informational pamphlet about daddy treats.
Wow.
It's all falconers have them. It's a thing. We all go to parties for little kids. But you know, I know you paid for this with Mommy's credit card, so you could just like rate on this app. You could just sign here.
Sure.
So rate the experience, and I can get out of your hair.
Do I just sign? Oh.
Yeah, just sign right there. Those are
Okay.
some cool sunglasses, kid.
I know. Thank you there. I got them at Hot Topic. Yeah, it's where the cool kids shop. So I bet they have daddy's treats there.
Yep.
So where's this falcon anyway?
Cut to the falcon. Guess I'll tell the kids about the cat. And see. Comedy. Comedy. This is how we deal with stress. We reference falconers. It's a very specific thing.
It's funny that was the plot of that one, and I'm realizing as I said that out loud that I think I drove the birthday party thing, because that used to be my biggest form of stress.
What's birthday parties?
Was birthday parties, because for any audience members who do not know this, I spent a significant portion of my life as a birthday party entertainer. That's why I've got so many wigs. That's not true. I never wore a wig when I did it, but it's fun. It's interesting you went there, because I don't know if Davis knows the story, but this is, so currently right now, one of the reasons I'm stressed is we have a butterfly infestation at the house. And my most stressful butterfly situation up to this point was I was at a birthday party as a fairy, and it was a butterfly themed birthday party. And it was in San Francisco, where it's cold, and butterflies, when they're cold, don't move. And so there was supposed to be a butterfly release, and all of these tiny children had they take a piece of cardboard and you put the butterfly in it and they open it and it flies away. It's not actually bad for the butterflies, I'm saying out loud. I'm sure PETA's gonna come for me, but when it's cold, they don't fly away. So you have all these 6-year-olds open the thing, and all the butterflies fall on the ground, and the children started picking them up and going, "What's wrong with the butterfly?" And I was just faced with Butterfly Massacre 2016, and it was very stressful.
Well, you're telling me that you put butterflies in between, in like a card, like a birthday card.
I didn't, but the butterfly lady who came.
And then you put that inside of another envelope?
No, so it's like a little, it's basically like, have you ever seen a pizza box that's for a single slice of pizza?
Okay.
Yes.
It's exactly like that, but small. So it's like a little triangular shaped
So there's room in it.
Cardboard. Yeah, so it's got like a little, it's not like a flat card. It's got like, you have to fold it like a little pizza box. And then
with many butterflies in it.
With little butterfly in it, and you open it and the butterflies fly away. I've also heard about this happening from that lady who was there. That one time she was at a wedding, and she had her assistant who didn't know what they were doing, and she
put the bride in this little box. She just fell out.
No, she was supposed to put them under the seats, and she put them on the seats, and people sat on.
Sat on them.
Put them under the seats, maybe under the seat cushion, and so they're like, "Okay, look under your seats for the thing," and people are like, "Oh." God, yeah.
So you're telling me every single person just saw a card on their seat and they just decided to sit on it.
It's like the bougie version of the Red Wedding.
Audience, we're going to collect some information for a bit and chat a bit longer before our next scene. But if you can pitch, what's the worst, like at any wedding or kind of event like that, similar, like social event with people you know, at least to some degree, what's like the worst idea anyone ever had for either their theme or a gimmick? The worst one. It could be worst execution of something that doesn't seem crazy.
Or literal execution.
Or the craziest fucking thing you've ever heard of that someone tried to do.
Have you ever been to a Marie Antoinette themed birthday party? Tell us about it.
We want to know what that is.
I really want to know.
Put it in the chat. We'll work that back in. craziest like gimmick or concept for like a wedding or any kind of
You could have
event
a
like that?
guillotine party. Get it?
Oh, a guillotine party. That's actually real cute. Yeah.
Daniel,
Yeah.
now you seem like a chill dude, one might say. While many of us are bundles of anxiety and talk about this topic a lot, it doesn't seem to come up as much as active. Do you have any things that cause you particular stress? And what are maybe some techniques or anything that help you get through that?
I mean, yeah, I'm a working man. Sometimes I get put in charge of other people, and that can cause stress, obviously, when things start to go wrong. But honestly, I don't get stressed out that much because once a week I get to hang out with you people, and I realize I got it so good.
Oh,
No, but in all seriously, I tend to compare my current problems. I do this also like with anger and stuff like that. I tend to compare my problems to other things that are important in my life, and kind of value the importance of what I'm worrying about against something else. And then I expand it to like a astronomical scale and the importance of that moment in the overall aspect of my life. And then I tend to come away and go like, it's not important really.
that's
And
a
that
good,
calms me down.
bigger perspective.
Yeah.
Can you talk maybe a little bit about that moment? Because for me, that's when it falls apart for me. Because when
I
I
know a
think
couple
like,
of us, maybe Carrie and Daniel, couple of us drop our videos just to give a little better focus, and we can come back in a minute if we have a question.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Carrie,
go
you can
ahead,
come in. It was kind of your question. Why don't you stay for a bit?
oh,
And
okay,
divide that.
I'll turn off
ever
my.
death stare of the bird of the canary.
Oh no! Hang on, I'm trying to turn off.
I'll put this out here. I'm
trying
not
to
a
turn
fan
off
of.
the filter.
I'm also not a fan of birds. We can get into that later.
So Daniel, my question for you is, and this is actually a very serious question because I hear you and I think that that's really great, but like, so I get stuck what you're talking about when you think of it in like a larger scale. I then immediately am like, large scale, so big, so scary, so anxiety provoking. How do you not spiral out of control?
I think it's because as I get into a larger scale, I come to terms with the overall insignificance of my own life.
And that doesn't stress you out?
No, because because eventually I'll die and people will forget about me, and it won't matter because I'll be gone entirely from existence at that point. So why am I going to fret about this moment?
But that doesn't stress, that part doesn't stress you out. The I'm gonna die and be forgotten part.
No, not really. Because I also like my background, right? I really like just spending time in nature and stuff like that. And you look at a tree that's been there for like way longer than I'm ever gonna be alive, and I'm like, that's cool. I'm whatever in comparison to that.
That makes sense. I think because I think a lot about why that concept makes me stressed, and I realize it's less about, for me, that big stress is less about me and more about other people. So I think about it a lot with my my grandma who has passed away, who lots of these people have met, and she's like, people remember her because she did puppets and stuff, but when you like, what happens when people are gone and there's no one else who remembers them, and then is that when you slowly devolve into some sort of Lovecraftian terror underneath the bed?
Yeah, I think another aspect of it is sometimes I do spend time thinking about what's going to happen when I die and the people are going to be affected and stuff like that. And sometimes you have to think about that can be a scary thought, but it's like, it also kind of puts things into perspective. Like the finiteness of your life is like, why am I going to spend so much time freaking out about A or B when I could just be doing something that's more enjoyable?
Follow-up query. Do you ever imagine what people would say at your funeral?
Time. Sorry.
I tend to imagine not so much what people will say at my funeral. I tend to imagine how many people will show up and how few people I think will show up. What's the lowest number of people I think that I will actually show up to my funeral? And then how long do I think people will still talk about me after I'm gone?
Oh, I'll
Would
talk
you like? Yeah.
so it's fine.
We cut to Daniel's funeral.
To Daniel's funeral.
Daniel, hey, Lizzie's here. He had a beard, and he was just what a guy.
It's a great beard.
He's a great beard, right? He had a great beard. And,
Welcome, beard.
what can you say? He was a working man, you know? He was
Was.
just a working man, and he didn't let anything get him down because he knew that his days were numbered.
He had
And-
perfect hair all the time.
Remember, he was so professional.
Yeah.
He's probably the most professional of all of us.
He was
That's
definitely
right.
the most professional out
He
of
was
all
the
of
he
us.
was the best at introducing
Wear
games,
dye.
for sure.
One time he told a story about boots, and I can't really remember the story, and I really wish I could, but it was a good story, obviously, because it stuck with me that much. I don't
I like
remember Davis ever talking about boots.
About, did you say boots?
Boots.
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 One time,
Sorry, sometimes when Daniel talked, I would kind of pull out mentally and think of a bigger scale, and I think about, why am I listening to what Daniel's saying right now in the large scale of things? There's
You know
so
what?
much else.
you know what? He was a regular old Don DeLuise.
Oh,
Tom
I had to
DeLuise.
go ahead and say that.
He was the Dom DeLuisiest of all of us.
Comedy!
Comedy.
You know, I really, I have to say, Daniel was always his true self. Like, mainly because filters didn't work on his face very
They
well.
never would.
It's true. There was just a big
It's like a-
gelatinous blob
Of Jello.
all around his face.
Yeah. It was like he had his own personal Dementor swirling around there.
Well, how'd you like that, Daniel? What'd you think of? How'd we do?
Was it fine?
Should we? Do
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty close. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought you guys really nailed it when you guys were when Carrie started talking about the boot, and you guys got distracted by that and started talking about boots for a bit.
Yeah.
I imagine it's gonna be something like that. Yeah,
I thought it would be something. I thought it's what you would want us to do.
yeah.
It's like follow that thread.
Daniel, I mean, my thought, Daniel, is that, I mean, that was all pretty good. But I do wonder, hang on, sorry. It's me still. I'm not a.
Duh!
Oh, it was you the whole
God.
time.
That's my alter ego.
Yeah.
Uh,
Birdman.
Birdman.
I want to buy your
There's
There's
alter
a
ego.
thread. This
So-
whole show makes
right.
sense.
Right. This is all very, very carefully scripted.
Yeah.
That's the illusion. Daniel, I was thinking just
All
like
right.
that was a really good and moving memorial, but it seemed a little long, you know? Like what was it?
Yeah.
Like 4 minutes, 5 minutes? Like I feel like we could do it in like half
Like
the time.
half the
No,
time.
I think they could actually. I feel like that would be more appropriate as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the best
I
way to
think-
honor your memory is to not waste a lot of time,
Mm-hmm.
because then
Yeah, get
we'll
on with
have
it,
more
right?
time
Keep
to
it
live.
professional. Keep it
Yeah.
short.
So should we go back and do it again in like, what do we think, 1 minute?
Oh, I mean, that's an idea.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot.
Daniel's funeral in a minute?
Yeah.
Dennis funeral in a minute.
All right.
Okay.
You know, what can you say about Daniel? Daniel was a guy, and he's a working man, businessman.
He was a real working man. Great beard.
Yep.
He had beautiful hair.
He
yeah.
was the most professional of all of us.
Absolutely. He
He
could.
was really, yeah, really professional. He, when he talked about boots, he talked about boots
He was
Talked
a
about
regular
boots a lot.
1,000 times.
So many different types of boots.
Couldn't remember, but
Comedy.
no filter would ever work
Just
on
a
him.
gelatinous
because-
blob on his
Just a
face.
gelatinous blob.
He was always
all over
himself.
his-
Unfiltered.
My God.
It's really good.
Remember, he would talk, and I would just pull out onto a big, cosmic sense and I would think about anything else I would think about instead of listening to Daniel.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Jello now, and that's just because of Dementors.
Comedy.
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 He was
The regular Dom DeLuise.
Regular Dom DeLuise.
Dom DeLuisiest of us all. That's a minute.
that's one? Okay.
That's one. How's that, Dan?
Yeah, that was
Was
pretty
that good, Daniel?
Yeah. that's not
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh.
Hey, there he is.
What
Hey,
filter are you trying to use now?
Wow.
bad. This is
great.
the beard removal filter. I realized. Yeah.
Just for reference, everybody, this is the beard. This is what it's supposed to do.
His beard eats
Yeah.
Oh, look, yeah.
filters.
There's Jacob. That's great.
Can someone who has a beard try it?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Jacob has it on right now.
Oh, what?
Davis, do you want it? Max Davis? Do you guys have this one?
Yeah, if I
Oh, yeah.
can find it.
That's one of my favorite ones.
I want to see
Yeah,
what it does to
absolutely.
me.
So
I don't
I
wanna
realized
see
that
what
the
it does
audience
to me.
probably doesn't know what you guys are talking about, so I thought it'd be
This
good
is
to pop
Me
it on.
without a beard.
Doing it.
No, you're just went yellow, Davis.
There it is.
There it is.
That's the thing with the thing. Yeah.
Oh
You look like Temple Grandin, dude.
This one any different? Well, that just has my beard. That has nothing to do with anything.
Why does it like stretch your face out? Like,
I don't know.
Because-
Well,
because
it's
it's-
elongating it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
filling it in.
oh, you look like you just
Like
done
ZZ
me
Top
that.
would just have, like- Can I say really quickly
Like
that
so.
that was great and I loved it, but here's the thing, overpopulation is real and we're gonna have to go to a lot of these funerals when we're older. So I think maybe we should try to cut that down.
There's gonna be so many funerals. Yeah,
I
we
was
gotta
thinking
put
this the
that.
exact same thing, Carrie. Yeah.
You are cool. You think like half the time, like 30 seconds?
Yeah, that has to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
That has to be.
I mean, I
I'm
would
ready
love
to
that.
mourn.
I feel
Yeah,
like
let's
I
make
could
it
warm
20
Daniel
even
in.
if we can. Let's go
20?
for 20 seconds.
Let's go for 20.
Oh,
Let's take-
yeah.
let's go for 20.
Do it.
Step it up. All right, let's get to the heart of what made Daniel Daniel. There we go.
Absolutely.
All right. 20-second funeral.
Yeah, you know, what can you say about Daniel? Good guy, businessman. real
Yeah,
big
great beard,
businessman.
great beard.
Yeah. Oh.
That's beard of all of us. The working man, working stiff.
You talked about boots one time
Boots.
and it
I would
was
think you'd
so
say, and
right.
I'd pan out. Why am I listening? Oh, comedy. Dom DeLuise, everyone.
Head like jello. No filter.
Filter. It's just a thing of
Filters
jello.
just didn't work. 20 seconds is a lot longer
think that's-
than I thought it was.
I think that's it.
I don't know how
actually.
to do that. I don't know how to
Oh,
count.
okay.
How's that?
Bravo.
We getting there?
Bravo. Yeah.
You know,
Was that about the sweet spot, or do you want to wrap it up in a little...
You know, one more. Let's do a 10-second there.
that's here. What I was thinking is that when you really trim all the fat, you're left with like
A party
Me?
almost.
a
It becomes like a party atmosphere. Like drunk people trying to have a conversation.
Yeah.
An Irish funeral.
I would like to, yeah, like an Irish funeral. We all Irish goodbye.
Daniel...
Just a real traditional 10-second Irish funeral. Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what can you say about Daniel? Daniel's always just.
Oh, what a beard he had! Comedy Dom DeLuise!
Couldn't use a filter.
Working man.
Yes, perfect
fucking
hair.
element.
So sad.
It could be anywhere.
Cheers to Daniel.
Cheers to Daniel.
Daniel.
A boot wearing, no filter man.
That's the longest
filter
5
man.
seconds of my entire life.
Bam. There
I
we
love
go.
ya.
Yeah.
There we go.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. And that's what I want for my funeral.
Boom.
I
Okay.
love that.
I mean, well, like we said, I mean, this is all really minutely, carefully crafted stuff that we've all written down. I mean, we're just going off the script. So.
Yeah, really dial
Luckily-
in.
Every laugh.
Yeah,
I
luckily
have-
we know exactly what we'll do for your funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how we'll remember you.
Well, I recalled a story about a time when I wanted to die.
That sounds
now
hilarious.
we're
Will you tell it?
Yeah, it's amazing. So I was maybe 4 or 5 years old, and my parents decided that it was time to take me to meet the mall Santa Claus.
Yay!
And so this was like a big deal. We're gonna go down to the mall. We're gonna wait in the big long line. We're gonna get dressed real fancy, get some photos taken. You know, the whole shtick. This was, you know, the mid '80s when that was, you know, going to the mall was still a thing you could do. And this was one of the first times in my life when, like, they dressed me up in like a fancy shirt, like a button-down shirt, long sleeves with buttons on the collars and everything. And it was the most uncomfortable clothing I had ever worn in my life.
Did you have a little tie too, or just
no tie, just a buttoned-up shirt. But it was very confining. I didn't care for it. I was a sensitive little boy. I didn't like wearing socks. So we went down to the mall and we waited in line. I remember it taking a very long time. And when we got up to Santa, and they put me in Santa's lap, and I was terrified beyond belief, because I'd never really interacted with strangers this way before.
On their laps?
On their laps, yeah, exactly. This was like something that my parents were putting me through, not something that I necessarily wanted to do.
Yeah, they're the ones invested in this.
Exactly. This was something for them. And I remember the button on my sleeve got stuck in the mall Santa's beard.
No.
And it was a real beard. I'm sure he was a very nice man, but I couldn't pull away. I was caught in Santa's beard with my very uncomfortable long sleeve button-up shirt, and I can remember just tugging on poor Santa's beard, trying to get away, and they held me down so I wouldn't pull on this nice man's beard. And I remember just screaming in agony at being stuck in Santa's beard and just wanting nothing to do with it. And then and that was the worst day of my life.
It's an odd thing, mall Santas.
Really, really is. And not only the concept of mall Santas, but being like stuck in Santa's like nightmare spider web of a beard.
It's another very odd. It's almost worse that it was a real beard, because if it was not, you could kind of, you know.
I have to ask, because I am
Follow-ups are accepted.
So my first thought would have been, is there a chance I never get released from Santa's beard? Did that thought cross your mind?
No, I don't think so. I think I was just panicking. It was the double whammy of not only was I already like caught in this very uncomfortable button-up dress shirt, but now the shirt itself was like stuck to this man. And so it was like a double claustrophobia.
Catch-22.
Yeah, it was like not only if I had not worn the shirt, I wouldn't have gotten stuck. And so it was just this horrifying double whammy of like I knew my gut instinct was correct to not trust this dress shirt, because look where it's gotten me, and it's gotten me tangled in Santa's beard.
Do you attest that the Santa you met that day was in fact Santa, and do you believe he exists?
I do not believe Santa exists, because he never brought me a Nintendo when I was a little boy.
Well,
A reason for atheism, if ever there was one.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
no.
Ben, I have to know, is my beard the reason why you won't sit in my lap?
Perhaps one of them, yes. There's a reason why I keep my beard very, very short.
Daniel, could you try? Hold on, Benji. Could you try the beard remover, Daniel? Let's see if does that make it any better.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Let's see here.
Oh my god!
No.
No, see, it becomes a horror movie icon at that point.
Exactly. It's like I can either get stuck in your beard, or I can be consumed by a gelatinous cube. I mean, there's no winning in that scenario.
Yeah, Story Misk in the comments writes in to say they say he still won't wear shirts with buttons to this day.
It's true. I avoid that at all costs.
Did this?
I have a question.
Start to question? Sorry, did you start to question your parents' decisions at that point? After that,
very much. I've always questioned my parents' decisions. Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Okay. And Carrie.
We'll leave it at that.
I think healthy parental skepticism is a good thing to establish early on.
I agree. My question, it was hard for me to tell/remember because fun fact, everyone, when you're going through trauma, it's actually hard to form memories. So if you find yourself feeling like you can't remember stuff right now, it's okay because we are going through collective trauma as a world/nation/whatever. But back to this point, someone said conflated Santa Claus and not believing in Santa and atheism, and like would you consider if somebody doesn't believe in a theistic entity like we usually think
Like
of
Santa.
God,
Right.
but
Santa.
if you don't believe, but if you did believe in Santa, but can an atheist believe in Santa is my question. Because like I'm an agnostic Jew.
I mean, isn't this a thing in many children's movies? There's like a huffy guy who's like, there is no Santa. And then the real Santa finally just brings them a toy or something. And then they're like, yes, I do believe a lot in some. Like,
it had to be a toy, that one toy they wanted. And
Yeah.
I'm feeling very triggered right now, you guys.
Sorry.
I don't feel safe.
You can take your shirt off if you want.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Do you mean a falcon?
I think that well, a lot of those movies too. It's like the crusty guy at the end of the movie. He finally gets the thing. He gets this little toy ambulance or something, and he's like, "Oh, he does exist, but God is still false." I mean,
God is false.
That's the
Santa's
go-to. That's a pretty stock Christmas movie.
I mean, I consider Santa Claus to be the god of capitalism.
Absolutely.
But Santa doesn't make you buy presents. The whole idea is that Santa. If anything, Santa's a socialist.
Doesn't work.
He's Bernie Sanders. He's Andrew Yang.
Bernie Santa?
Bernie Santa.
Davis, did we watch
1% of the toys. Yeah.
Oh, there he is, Bernie Claus.
Bernie Claus.
I love that way too much.
Dear Santa, for this Christmas, I wish I had health care.
I'm gonna try to do everything I can.
Listen,
dear.
the elves have seized the means of production at the factory. I can't help it.
That's right.
Can't help you. Davis, have we watched Kirk Cameron's? What is it?
We have
Saving
not.
Christmas?
Is it Saving Christmas? We
Saving
have not.
Christmas.
We need
wait.
Have you seen it?
No,
I have not seen it.
That is
rumors. Yeah.
That is an incredible. It barely a movie. Barely qualifies.
Saving Christmas. Is it part of the Left Behind series?
It's not. It's
Okay.
It's tangent from the Left Behind series.
It's canon, but
that's
unrelated.
but it is most of it. The bulk of this movie takes place in a car outside of the character Kirk Cameron's playing, outside of his family Christmas party, and he has to convince his brother. The whole thing is like a Socratic dialogue between the character that Kirk Cameron is playing and the character of like his brother-in-law.
Is it a My Dinner with Andre of Saving Christmas?
Yeah, right. If My Dinner with Andre starred two dolts and took place in an SUV, you pretty much have Saving Christmas. And it's about Kirk Cameron's brother-in-law who's upset about the commercialism of Christmas, and Kirk Cameron, the hero of the movie, spends the whole movie convincing him it's totally wrong. Everything that's crassly commercial about Christmas is actually really great, and Jesus loves it. So
Chat.
that's I mean, I've never seen another movie quite like it.
I mean, I'm
Chat, what's a holiday that we could save? Type in a suggestion for maybe an obscure one.
Like a year-round holiday, or any from any
I don't know,
point of the year, right?
a Boxing Day or something of that ilk, maybe. Type that in the
Boxing
chat.
Day isn't saved?
I was going to say that I feel like a Socratic dialogue is really missing from most holiday films, but also, Max, the reason I went is because when you said Kirk Cameron, I heard Kurt, and my brain and Christmas just went, Kurt Russell, because he came out with a Christmas movie last year, 2 years ago. That
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
There is one, yeah.
If John Carpenter had directed it, would have been much better. No hate to the director who did it, because it was actually
I remember
not
on
bad,
the internet,
but-
a couple people, weren't they like, he looks good as Santa? Like, what if there's some weird thirst memes or something?
I mean, Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn, Santa and Mrs. Claus, I wouldn't say I would not celebrate Hanukkah for them.
Wait. Remember when Kurt Cobain saved Christmas?
Oh my God, it was so good.
Yeah.
So metal.
Smells like Christmas spirit.
You guys want to hear some sad, not sad news? You guys want some sad, not sad news? that
Yes.
Cat's giving
No,
us?
maybe. What?
Apparently, Story Miss has been taking some improv classes at Cabrillo, and I don't know if you guys knew this. Sarah is retiring at the end of the semester.
Oh,
I had heard that.
Yeah,
You know, I'm not gonna go with not sad, because
it's
even
sad
though
for students.
it's sad
is
for
sad for
students, but it's happy for her because she
Yeah.
deserves it. She's had a
She's done her time.
great
He's
career.
been dealing with all you little bitches for years. I mean, Sarah, I love you. Please don't listen.
We
to me.
love,
love you,
we
Sarah.
love
That's it.
Sarah.
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 I
She's
mean-
one of our instructors.
We don't know if you're watching this.
But if you are,
I think
Sarah,
it's
why did you give me a D in improv? That was really rude.
Why didn't you give him an F?
Very
That
true.
was
Very
really
true.
rude.
For not writing
All I did was not write a quarter of the page. And I got
About a show
D
that he
your
was in,
class.
yes.
You.
All right,
Yeah.
we got some suggestions. Yeah, have Sarah as a guest, maybe. We got some holidays we could save. Suggestions: May Day, National Chocolate Day, World Puppetry Day, or Midsummer.
Ooh, Midsummer Chocolate Day.
I think Midsummer needs to come back. It's lost its original, footing.
I'm gonna say that Ari Aster saved Midsommar, but
But that's not. But yeah. But we're
Maybe
talking
it
about
needs-
Midsummer,
oh yeah, okay,
not Midsommar.
okay.
Mm.
Aren't Mayday and Midsummer?
Why don't we save World Puppetry Day? We cut to a van where a Socratic dialogue is happening between two people with opposing opinions. Well, it's been nice to see you, but I'm sorry, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just working on my technique. I haven't really quite figured out how to make her move yet. And so I want to get her head,
I've told you before,
in it.
Carrie, there's no place in this world anymore for puppets. There never was. They're not real people.
He
See,
can't
this
hurt you.
is the harm that puppetry does to our country. You're starting to relate to that puppet more than you are to me.
Davis, tell it to Miss Eyeball.
Is that even a puppet? That's just a thing.
It has a mouth.
Well, that's just horrifying. It just disturbs me even more.
Davis, who are you? Who made you the arbiter of puppetry? Who are you to say that this isn't a puppet?
That is
Davis, I'm a puppet. You know I am.
No!
Is this the person you wanted me to speak to?
Yes. Thank you so much, Kermit. I really appreciate you coming here today. We've been
Okay.
I
see what
close
you're
for a long
doing.
time. Davis, I think that my friend Kermit here can teach us all a little something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I sure can. And that
Kermit.
thing is simple. Puppets are dead. Muppets are forever.
I have no opinion on Muppets. Oh, another guy. Oh, God!
Oh, look at this charlatan.
The green one. He's killed us all.
Kermit? Kermit?
Kermit, what did...
Kermit?
I know both of you are just people's hands in fabric, but that did seem like a mean thing to do.
It's
Are you
not
responsible
easy
for that?
green.
I know, Kermit. It's not easy being green.
Green with jealousy.
This is still ticking off all the boxes of reasons for me to continue not liking puppets.
But
You shouldn't like puppets. They're taking Muppet jobs.
But Kermit, what about the Fraggles?
They're dirty underground hippies.
But Kermit, what about Labyrinth? That's also Henson Studios and definitely puppets, but not Muppets.
They all went away on the barge that took David Bowie to the stars.
I actually meant Dark Crystal, but which might also be Henson Studios.
It is. They're all Henson Studios. That's why I hate puppets. I can't stand Jim Henson movies. That's all there ever are. I used to work in a puppet studio, and Jim Henson came to try to show an example of how his puppetry worked. I was trying to get it right. I wanted to learn. I got my hands stuck on Sweetums' fur. And I got my arm stuck in his mouth. I was just terrified.
Sweetums is that makes sense. Sweetums is somewhat scary.
And that's ever since that day. I'd never respect puppet nor Muppet. And I would never celebrate National Puppetry Day.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, there's been a couple incidents with children's and Sweetums, so they had to take Sweetums out back to the barn, if you catch my drift.
Wait, Sweetums is dead?
Sweetums is dead.
That's literally the only puppet I was genuinely afraid of. So you're saying there will never again be this specific scenario where my arm gets caught in Sweetums' mouth?
Absolutely not.
I was just attributing my own fear to and projecting it onto a greater thing. Hooray! National Puppetry Day is back.
Yay!
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 So, it's another example of one of our tightly crafted Chekhovian stories.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Oh, I meant to bring this is going back a few topics, but as we were practicing Daniel's funeral, it occurred to me that when I kept playing the pray for the dead and the dead will pray for you. The classic.
Are those the lyrics?
Classic. I believe those are really the lyrics. I believe so. But I only know that. That's the only part. So I miss
when they used to give liner notes to these things.
I kept doing.
There's a lighter when you need one.
Yeah.
I don't remember the second part. Anyway.
I have a question for you, Max, because you might know this. So I was told that the funeral song and the wedding song are the same song, but one is in a minor key and one is in a major
played
key.
backwards. You flip the record over.
No, I mean like the wedding march.
Like bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
And then it's bum bum bum.
Like Here Comes the Bride.
I was just looking up the wedding march.
Could you play the funeral song?
Oh, Felix Mendelssohn. Wait.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Because Mendelssohn did Wedding March.
Sure.
Oh no, he did.
Bum bum bum.
Yeah, we're thinking of Here Comes the Bride.
Yeah,
Right.
Here Comes the
He
Bride.
did. Mendelssohn did. Right, he did the reception. But so that's the wedding march. Here Comes the Bride I was just looking this up.
Now I'm wondering.
Oh wow, the Beatles. Weird.
I know this is the case for the song that plays at the end of Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. It's like this really upbeat, like heroic music, but it's actually just the Imperial March played in a major key.
That sounds fun.
At the end of A New Hope. Oh yeah.
No. Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace.
Oh, Phantom Menace. I don't remember.
Oh, bum ba bum 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 bum. No, that's the real thing.
No.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. So yeah, Richard.
Guys, none of us can remember it. Did that movie really happen?
Here's hoping.
I think they're just. I think
yeah,
they just have similar rhythms. I don't think they're the same.
Because they had the Battle of the Fates in it, and that was amazing.
Okay, I know that one.
According to Riddle, the basic structure of what we think of as funeral music dates back to the 14th century.
We're really into death then.
The funeral march is Chopin. Yeah, so it's he may have been kind of quoting something else, but it's I think it's
good old chopping always.
Chopping other people's
chopping broccoli. Yep.
And Jacob's may be back.
Oh, there's our boy
making the surprise face from the Ernest poster.
Yeah.
Are you tricking us, you little I knew it.
Not stay still. My chair is so wobbly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they just have similar rhythms. I think they're not officially the same tune, but I think for an organist, you know what I'm going to say about organists.
Yeah,
we all know
they crazy.
They got guts.
They got so many knobs.
They got knobs. They got drawbars. They got pipes.
Lizzie Prindle, she'll be here.
Organists are really
until
into
the end.
feet.
They love feet.
Max, have you ever played an organ? Can you play an organ?
I've messed around on an organ from time to time.
Have you played an organ in
Lizzie,
Oregon?
We know. An organ? God, I mean, that's the dream. Hey,
didn't Oregon just legalize every drug?
They did.
I'm
did.
That's going to make all the organ
criminalized.
Yeah. They decriminalized.
Okay.
But they did legalize psilocybin for people who are above 21 for therapeutic use, but it's unclear what that means to me because I haven't. Oh.
I'm guessing.
Probably you'd have to, I'm having blurry vision. I need some psilocybin mushrooms. For my glaucoma,
Right.
Actually, it's a really good therapy for anxiety and
anxiety.
Stress.
Well,
for
anxiety, baby.
Yeah.
Anxiety, depression, and also for addiction, which is another form of mental illness. They've had really positive trials with psilocybin and LSD, and apparently ketamine. I'm scared of ketamine.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, the classic one is obviously MDMA. I mean, that's that's the mother of all therapeutic drugs.
Which brings us to the next topic in our stress management part of the show. What do you lean on? Is there a substance or an activity that helps distract you from stress?
Well, I will.
There's nothing.
Absolutely not.
I'll raise my hand. I do take a prescription antidepressant. It's helped me a lot. If you are someone who has chronic depression, do not be afraid to talk to a therapist. Get help. It's okay, and it will make your life a lot better. There is help out there for you if you suffer from depression and anxiety. Do not be afraid to reach out and get help. It is okay.
You can even just go to a general practitioner. That's how I've always gotten my prescribed.
Yeah, and you can go to Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, that's actually where I go.
Honestly, birth control is the best antidepressant.
You know, guys. We've all spent time talking about some awesome stuff right now, and I'm actually kind of curious, Davis. Do we have a sponsor, a fundraiser we're raising money for in November yet?
Nothing has been selected as of yet.
We have not selected anything yet.
But we do this thing every month for those. I don't know who's watching this when, but if this is a free show, I forgot to mention that we all forgot to mention this at the top of the show. But this is free every Thursday. It's just a a thing to do to keep active and maybe provide some entertainment while some of us are maybe in quarantine to some degree, and while live events are not happening. We do accept donations. They can go up either through Venmo. We have @YourFriends, one word, on Venmo. Or there is an Eventbrite, which is in the description below the... it's in the description, right at the top, a link to an Eventbrite. You can purchase a ticket at any amount. You could do it for as low as, like, $1 to as high as, like, anything you want, $100 or more. And we take 20% of the donations for each show. For the month of, like, October, we donated what we made to vote.org to help people get out to vote. We've seen the massive numbers of voters, and I take responsibility for that. It was all us, baby! we made that. We're the ones who flipped these states by donating the portion of what we earned to vote.org. So, we have not selected a nonprofit. But if you donate for something this month, or if you have a cause that you think would be great to have something donated to, feel free to put it in the chat. And if someone does donate something for this show, even though we haven't selected one, it will be retroactive. We'll still donate 20% of any donation to one of these things. And we'll have selected one by next week. We're just coming back from a break, and we got a little riddled with anxiety, hence our topic. So
you can also write your friends at gmail.com. Literally, just write your friends at gmail.com, and then you can reach us that way. Or we're on Facebook. We do have a fantabulous benefactor who, when we give 20% of what you give us, but they match it. So really, it's like we're giving 40%, but
you're paying the same amount. So
but you're paying the same amount.
And then our sugar daddy pays the rest.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, to answer your question, no, we didn't select anyone yet.
Okay.
But the Planned Parenthood thing, though, really quick, I want to plug this because they're great for birth control, but Planned Parenthood does more than just birth control. They do, you can go in for myriad reasons, and mental health is something that if your Planned Parenthood can't specifically help you with, they will have resources for you, because I know that lots of people, even with insurance, mental and dental are two things that should totally be covered, and they often aren't. But Planned Parenthood is a really great resource, and also supporting them is really helpful.
Yeah, that's actually the place I go for that. I have a couple doctors there.
Because not all of us can just rely on Jesus.
Daniel, did you have something else?
Or oils.
I just want to call out the chat right now. Answering the question, Riddle writes in to say, I tend to bake things when I am stressed and drink lots of tea. The process of carefully making a perfect cup of tea is relaxing. And she also says that she has an idea of a foundation.
That's great. Thank you, Riddle.
Totally agree on baking and tea. When I say baking, it might be different, but that's not the point. Yes, love you. Great. She is so right. I started making cups of tea at 5 years old. That was my favorite chore. True story.
I started pouring scotch for my grandpa when I was a child.
It's a great way to relieve stress.
A little for grandpa, a little for you.
2 fingers.
Yeah.
I had little fingers, so he made me hold them apart.
Oh. That is an OG move.
There was when the quarantine started. I have a lot of anxiety and depression, but a lot of the anxiety was the thing that was hitting me at that time, and it's the thing I struggle with more. It was not good. I had been off my medication for no good reason, so don't feel the need to I'm doing great, I'll just stop for some reason.
It's a trap.
It's not a great idea, generally speaking. So I had to get on that, and I was flipping out. One of the things that the activities that helped me through that was like games can be good, but sometimes something really simple. There was one called Donut County that was the first thing that made me feel a little more focused, just because there were.
Where do you find these games? What?
On the standard store.
Yeah,
it's,
on PlayStation
yeah.
Store, Steam Store.
But that's
Animal Crossing helps
any digital
me.
storefront.
That's
yeah.
one. So that's like
Oh.
methodical. You can build up a lot. You can feel constructive by putting, it's like activity is good. And like there was something zen about like Donut County is just like a little circle that it has like cities or anything. And you just have to tip things in to fall into the hole and to get it bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And there's something like zen about it.
I will say I really I love this, and I want to recommend, and what Davis mentioned and Animal, a great idea is to set aside a certain amount of money and buy a game and play that game, a game that doesn't have in-app purchases.
Yes.
Because something that can happen with depression or anxiety, or even if you don't have a diagnosed mental illness and just with stress and needing more fucking serotonin in your life, is you're like, but I have to beat this level. I'll just pay 99 cents. And then you wind up spending like $80 on Farmville, Mom. And
Mom burn.
And and really you could have bought a $30 game that then you wouldn't have that added stress of spending too much money.
I have gotten so many hours out of Animal Crossing. Since the start of the lockdown, I've probably put 400 hours into Animal Crossing, and it is just very relaxing. It's just a nice little Zen garden where you get to push around little pieces and just pick up shells, have just something, just simplify, just like narrow. It's kind of like what Daniel was saying before, just like narrow down your focus a little bit and have a small project you can work on, and don't let the big stuff overwhelm you too much.
Yeah. Also, we know that it's getting in holidays can be hard, and it's that we had that stupid daylight savings time thing happen where it's dark earlier, and it's you just where your friends are here for you. We're
always dark earlier, so
yeah.
Hey Jacob, do you have anything that helps you de-stress? I mean, you're a well-traveled man. Have you picked any knowledge from the world?
Well, yes. Well, you know me. I've been out of the country 2 times. So that's a big one too.
I mean, you've been out of the continent, which is big for me. I have not been out of the continent yet.
Yeah. Things that help me de-stress. It's relieving myself from all necessary duties. Ghosting.
Relieving yourself of duties helps you de-stress.
That's my clever way of saying just pooping as many times as I possibly can during the day, which is an extraordinary amount of times if I can get into detail here, but maybe I shouldn't.
High fiber diet.
High fiber.
you speak to the 11-year-old boy inside my soul so well sometimes.
How'd you get in there?
Okay, who inside your soul? Very good. You say, how'd you know? How'd you know about that? Hey.
Story Misk joins you, Lizzie, in appreciating a cup of tea. A nice cup of London fog tea is my go-to when I'm having a bad day.
Nice. I am a basic bee, so I just go with Trader Joe's Earl Grey. And I just
good.
But if you do not put a milk and 2 sugars into your Earl Grey, you do not deserve to drink it.
I like milk, 2 sugars, lemon.
No.
One lemon.
You cannot put lemon unless you can only put lemon.
Cucumber
or you
water. Then a little ginger. I like a little cumin.
Mm-hmm.
Cardamom.
Turmeric.
This is a lot of
Are you making are you making curry?
Kombucha?
That's
spiced tea.
That's my secret Earl Grey recipe.
Earl Grey curry.
Secret.
If you're not using a loose leaf, which you can get little things that look like, I really like the one that looks like a little shark, and then so it's got the tea looks like blood coming out of its mouth. It's like, but you can get cool little tea things for loose leaf. Or there's another thing, you put it all in the thing, and then it's like in a bucket, and then you put the bucket on top of the cup, and it like lifts something up, and then it all drains out. It's great. But if you're using bags, because I like a big cup, I want a big cup of tea. I want like a big one. I don't want like a little. So I gotta use more than one tea bag.
Gotta catch them all. Gotta brew them all.
Yeah.
We also have a suggestion from Backseason CH. get Minecraft and build big dirt decks until you get banned from your favorite Christian Minecraft server.
Big dirt.
Your
I'm
favorite
sorry,
one.
Decks like porches.
Dicks. That may be my accent.
Yeah.
Big dirt
No.
dicks.
Oh my.
That's what yes, it was the Christian server. They also recommend Carrie on Steam. So this is the one I mentioned to you, Carrie. It's actually it's like you play the thing like a tentacly creature that escapes from a lab, and you have to
blob.
and you
I
have
got
to like
Metroidvania,
yeah.
You get all the
isn't
achievements in that one.
It's not like when you told me about, you were like, oh, it's like Stardew Valley, but goth. And then it turns out that I'm a reverend.
Yeah.
Harry was deeply offended.
Graveyard
guys
Keeper
are-
is not actually a good game. I will give a shout out to Hades, however,
All the time.
which is a wonderful roguelike game where you play as the son of Hades trying to escape from the underworld, and it actually has an in-universe reason for why you die and restart all the time. The voice acting is wonderful. The story is wonderful. The bosses remember that you've fought them before. It's from the same developers who did Bastion and Transistor, and it's excellent. So check that one.
I have that one as well. So like games are one thing. I've just started getting back into like reading some stuff, but that took me a while because it took a lot of focus for me. So I think I leaned towards like games and stuff because it like helped me do something even though I couldn't go somewhere. Or like it's like an activity.
Reading is definitely something you have to practice doing. It's not as easy to sit down and do as a video game.
Right. I just want to point something out to the audience right now that at no point did anybody pick getting together with your friends and doing some improv as a source of de-stressing.
Loser.
Well, we're already
This is
doing
the main.
that.
This is the main form of my stress. My God, I have to do something in front of people. What the hell?
It's true. I gave up improv because it was too stressful.
I gave up shame because it was too stressful. So I love this.
Yeah, no, that for me, that was the biggest thing actually, is getting these meetings going again. We used to rehearse every week. And we couldn't do that anymore in person, but...
And also, we should say that when we say rehearse, we mean grab a bunch of beer and sit around.
That was what we would do for a while. We still do that sometimes, but we do practice.
A lot of inspiration
Get it.
came from a lot of beer. Okay.
Hopefully some of those sketches will be finished. And
Hopefully some of those
put up
sketches will be
soon.
remembered.
Yeah.
And have funerals for
I
them.
have so many tapes. But anyway, yeah. So those are these things, and like people have said, well, it's helped us remain in contact as a group and to put something out there, and remind us we do have friends, and we
here.
are your friends.
Or your friends.
That's right, story.
Yeah,
Miss.
your friends.
Your friends don't do improv. We're your friends, and we do
That's
improv.
right.
Yeah.
We're your friends.
Your
We do
friends
this.
are alive.
We do improv.
They're good friends.
Bring it in.
We do improv.
Bring it in, everybody. Bring it in.
There we go.
That's beautiful.
Give yourself a hug.
That's Pat. Yeah. There
I'm
we
not
go.
a back patter, but I. Okay.
I'm a back noodler.
Yes, there you go. One of those. One of those drama class circles.
Do you say anything about noodles?
Riddle demands that an improv game is played.
I'm gonna call you cheese
Improv
and
game. Let's start out with a monologue from the Noodle Man.
Okay.
Oh, monologue from the Noodle Man. Okay, all right, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Done. Well, that goddamn witch. And done it again, you know. I guess it's my own fault for, trading, 4 years of my life to become just kind of a sentient pile of noodles. And there's not even cheese on me, even though I kind of look like I'm cheesy. But my little girl, she's gonna get through preschool now because of me. It's one of them fancy ones. So I think she'll have a good life, good education, and this is fucking bullshit. God damn it. Fucking hell. Why did I do this for?
Noodle man, you're No, don't stop there. I'm in tears. I'm genuinely in tears. You're really... I know it feels rough, but you're getting to the core of something. Why don't you...
You're a star, darling. Mm.
You
Sorry,
really
Harold.
you really think so?
Kid, you got the goods.
Me?
Cut to backstage at the first Noodle Man concert.
All right.
All right, you ready to go out there, champ, and blow them away with your dramatic monologue?
Yeah, I think so. Are
You
sure?
can hear them all. You can hear them all chanting, "Noodle Man, Noodle Man." Can you hear it?
Noodle man.
Not for you, kid.
Are you sure this monologue is right? Is right for me?
It's fabulous, darling.
Are you sure? Okay, it just doesn't seem like it's me, you know? Okay, all right, okay. I trust you guys.
You gotta have faith in yourself.
All right.
Have faith in yourself, Noodle.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Now get out there. Noodle Man, ladies and gentlemen, Noodle Man.
Life is full of obstacles. But it's full of even more fun than obstacles. Who the fuck wrote this goddamn thing? Me, as a beautiful, warm-hearted woman. God damn it. Who?
Oh, Noodle Man! He's doing it! He's doing it!
Don't understand.
Noodle Man! Noodle Man!
You know what? No. You know what? All of you in the
No,
audience.
stop! You don't have to play to them. I think we should go on tour together. Think of it. Chicken and pasta? They'll ask for us across the globe.
I kind of have this thing against poultry, but yeah, I think that I would.
Oh, okay. You know, I was here trying to help you out. You know,
Oh no!
Come on, Noodle Man!
Don't. Okay,
It's me, Inspector Duck.
Of course, it's you, Inspector Duck. You're world famous. I know.
I've
you.
been watching your act for some time. I think pairing up with chicken is just the thing. Also, I found your family's killer.
Wow. Did you also find the witch that turned us into food products?
Well,
Oh,
why'd
hey. Oh, you brought the killer here?
Exactly.
Hey!
This is the killer.
that doesn't add up. You do not seem like a killer. to me.
There's no handcuffs on the killer.
I'm a fucking duck that solves crimes. I don't have hands. How am I supposed to put cuffs? This was impressive to bring this guy to you.
Your skills, your skills of coercion are admirable.
Exactly.
He's a quack!
Oh, now you have to kill him for doing that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Choke
Come on,
the
guys.
killer with your noodle arms.
That's right, Noodle Man.
Punish the criminal.
That's right.
How do you like them?
Now let's take a moment to
Pastas.
remember the criminal. What can be said about the criminal?
They told a story about Boots this one time. I thought that was kind of, I don't remember what the story was or anything like that, but it was, it was an interesting story.
I think it was that this criminal killed Noodleman's entire family with a pair of boots.
Oh, yeah,
That's what it was.
it was.
Inspiring Noodleman to become a talented dramatic monologist.
Okay.
Draws world record-breaking crowds
This
that
is
are
not
still watching this moment here. This is on stage, right, folks?
This is not tracking. This has got to be a bad dream. This has got to be a bad dream.
Hey, Noodle Man, what do you think about jazz?
It's nice. Listen, I just found out my whole family was murdered, and I'm doing this thing, where I'm going on stage doing dramatic monologues, and like I shouldn't even be Noodles anymore if my family's dead, because then my daughter's not even going to preschool anymore.
But
It's
baby, have you ever tried Snapping your fingers, making things change.
Cut to Noodle Man's first jazz concert.
Hey, oh, hey, scat, get a scoop, skip, bap-a-doo. Walking with my noodle feet.
Ooh, it's about the notes you don't play, you idiot!
You know what?
It's too many notes!
You know what? This is
a good note.
I feel like I was forced into all of this.
Thank you, I'm trying
and I
to
didn't
be
want a part of
constructive.
any of this at all.
Wait, remain quiet for a minute.
Things you do.
Okay, that's getting there. Yeah,
You snap your fingers
that's getting to almost the right amount of notes.
and make things change.
Whoa!
All I needed was the jazz. Oh my God, my life has never been more amazing. I'm not tied down by a family.
It's because you believed in Santa Claus. The only boy that still believed in me.
Oh, Santa. Oh, sorry, my arm.
Ow!
Sorry,
Okay.
my bad.
Yep. No. You can. Okay. Well. You get. Nope.
Well,
no. It's.
You ever think about
You have to. Just twist it around like a couple.
No.
Twist like.
Hey, Santa.
Yeah.
You ever think about doing jazz?
Why no?
We're stuck together. We can go on the road together.
I think that may just be a sensible idea.
I think so too. Come on, old smelly man.
You guys can't be in Spencer's Gifts without a mask on.
Cheese it! There we go. Improv. Finally crafted improv.
Minute, just moment by moment, everything really adds up, and every thread is so finely threaded, and every story beat has rhythm that is but a thing that really takes you into
Max, are you having a
story.
stroke?
But help me. Okay.
I really wanted to bring back the Spencer's Gifts because I forgot about it until tonight.
Until tonight, which is did it existed at all?
It was all a dream.
The best I find that the best way to do callbacks is to call attention to them.
Force them in at the end.
Once you've done them.
Yeah.
That's how I always get called back.
Oh, hey, Kurt.
Hey!
Yeah,
Hey there, Snake Plissken.
I tell you, I didn't mean to keep putting, I didn't
Call
mean
me
to even pop in
Snake.
here. But here I am. Hi. No. How y'all doing?
Housekeeper?
Well, I don't keep them, but I live in them.
You collect them, am I
I
right?
collect. Sure. Who doesn't? Right? We all keep lighthouses in our heart, right? Well, good seeing y'all.
Keep the lighthouse in your heart and keep it holy.
That's our cue, ladies and gentlemen. Keep a lighthouse in your heart. And
Or wherever
come on.
you.
Come on back
Hey.
next week at 7 p.m. Your friends will be here every week, Thursdays at 7. And we hope you join us then. Good night. Now we wave.
Night.
Hey.
Now's when we wave until we don't.